In the modern world, we have eliminated the problem of constraint. By that, I mean we have so many options, so many ways to live our lives. We have so many job opportunities, so many hobbies and extracurriculars, so many places to live and types of houses to live in, and so many ways to connect with people all over the world. We have so many options, and yet it can be so overwhelming, debilitating, confusing, and overall just paralyzing. I've learned that I don't like having too many choices. For example, restaurants. I don't want to have to go to a restaurant and look at more than 4 pages worth of menu items. Because if I gotta read a book just to figure out what I want to eat, then it's just too much. I end up just choosing the wrong thing, something I really don't want to eat. However, limited choices actually make it significantly easier to make the right choice. Our brain can't spend too much thinking power burning too many calories just trying to make a decision. We have so many choices to make between sun up and sun down that by the end of the day, we're spent. Eventually, our brain gets tired of trying to make decisions, and things such as willpower begin to dwindle at the end of the day. But there's a better way to navigate choices. But there's a better way to navigate choices. And in this video, I'm going to share 4 ways that I'm using constraints and limitations to focus on what's really important and help make better decisions. I'm Josh the Creative, and this channel is focused on sharing my experiences as a filmmaker, an entrepreneur, and overall creative. Failures, mistakes, trials, and lessons all laid out before you. So let's get started. All right, the first thing is life philosophy. Angela Duckworth stated in her book, Grit, that when it comes to defining one's career path, one must develop a life philosophy, an ultimate goal that defines the kind of person you are, and a set of goals underneath that to support or build you up toward that overall goal. There's the high-level goal, which is the ultimate goal. There are 3 mid-level goals that remain pretty consistent throughout the journey. Then there are 5 low-level goals that are more short-term and should be changed frequently once completed. For example, my ultimate life philosophy is that I'm a visual storyteller. My mid-level goals include film director, documentary filmmaker, and YouTuber. My low-level goals include being a film editor, a YouTube video editor, a story writer, and other things like motion graphics mastery. Hey, I'm doing that now. And video editing mastery. Essentially, it brings clarity in what I should focus on daily. And with that ultimate goal in place, it helps me discern which opportunities I would rather take that build me toward that goal and ignore the ones that do not. The next one is power of choice. Greg McKeown speaks in his book Essentialism about what it means to know that we have a choice. In a book that focuses on deciding to do less to achieve more, to not always be busy just to accomplish something, one of the keys to making the right choice is understanding that we have a choice. Without the belief of choice, we forget the power to choose. I spoke in my previous video about my DoorDash adventures, and thinking about it now, it serves as a good example for those who may have taken on this gig as a DoorDasher because they felt like they didn't have much of a choice, which I've felt myself. The barrier to entry for DoorDashing and any other food delivery is a lot lower than any other substantial job. So taking on the food delivery gig when it doesn't have a good return on investment, for me feels very conflicting because I don't make enough money for the work that I put in within my particular market. So I have to work more hours for a gig that doesn't pay well enough for my comfort. But as I look forward, I have the choice to look for something that's going to better align with my ultimate goal. No. It's simple in theory, often challenging in practice. We have to learn to say no. There are always opportunities being presented before us. We can't satisfy everyone or everything. We can't be so welcoming to every opportunity without first scrutinizing it and seeing if it actually aligns with our values. We stand a better chance in making the right choice when we learn to say no to all the wrong choices. Trade-off. This one's also from Greg McKeown, talking about the trade-offs of making decisions. Simply put, every choice that we make requires a sacrifice. If I take opportunity A, what am I losing in opportunity B? This is probably the hardest thing for me because I essentially want to have it all. That's my struggle. Case in point, I would love to work in Nashville. I don't want to travel to Nashville, but I want Nashville pay. I just don't want to get stuck in Nashville traffic or commute an hour and a half each day to and from. And I don't want to miss out on family by coming home late. For me to properly assess this really difficult choice, I have to weigh the costs. I have to see what I'm willing to sacrifice. So I can either work in a smaller town, get moderate pay, doing something that's probably outside of my goal trajectory, or I can take the commute to Nashville and get better pay and spend more gas, while also doing work that more than likely is going to align with my ultimate goal. So take the commute for better pay, or work outside of my goal for more convenient travel. So what now? These points all sound fine individually, and I'm sure you even got a tiny hit of dopamine getting these little bits of wisdom for these wonderful authors. But how does all this actually fit into our daily lives? We're still struggling to make the right choice. And by the way, what does all this have to do with constraints? I'm so glad you asked. All right, we're going to take each of these pieces and bring it into one workflow. So life philosophy helps to set the framework. Do we recognize that we have the power to choose instead of letting someone or something else choose for us? Again, without the belief of choice, we forget the power to choose. So with this framework, we start to discern opportunities that don't align with our goal, and thus we reject them. Now we have a shorter list of opportunities that actually deserve our time and attention. And we do the real work in laying out the pros and cons, the trade-offs, the sacrifices. Now earlier in the video I said there are 4 steps or 4 things that I'm doing. I've only listed 3. What is that 4th thing? Probably the most important step of all of this. You have to choose. This last step is very crucial because you have to actually make the choice. There is not enough information out there. There's not enough systems to build, not enough things to do to make the choice for you. At the end of the day, no matter what you do, you still have to choose. I still have to make my choices. We have to be conscious and brave enough to take the leap, to say yes to the opportunity that we believe is the right choice. After all of this discernment, after all of this saying no to everything else that does not matter, that does not build us up or get us towards our ultimate goal, we have to choose. Hello, this is Josh.
Hi, Josh. This is Miss from the Hopkinsville Christian County Public Library.
Hey there.
Hi, I just wanted to call to extend you the offer for the job to see if you were interested in it still.
Yes, ma'am. I would love to accept that.
Okay, great. Well, then I will go ahead and get you down. Are you able to start next Monday?
Absolutely. All right, thank you. I definitely appreciate it. Yes, ma'am.
No problem. I hope you have a great day.
You too. See you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Oh my gosh. I just accepted a job at the library. That has nothing to do with my ultimate goal. Things have happened with DoorDash that I won't get into now. I may discuss it like a month from now when things settle down, but the well had been drying up and it was no longer sufficing and supplying my family what it needs to do. With all the different jobs I applied for, the library, working with kids, which is completely off the wall for me, but that is the opportunity that I was given. I gotta finish this video and process the rest of this. So we put constraints on, I can't focus. We put constraints on ourselves by understanding better who we want to be, what we want to do, and understand the things that we do not want to do. When we put those limits, it helps us to make better choices by at least framing those more reasonable opportunities and better discerning between that, what we ought to do. I would love for you to comment below. Let me know what was your favorite lesson from this video. I'm always curious to see what people actually gain from this knowledge and in hopes to know how to move forward with that. Don't forget to fail, learn, repeat, and triumph. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.